What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. So today I want to show you my 4 most used BFS reels that I highly recommend. I own many BFS reels, but these 4 reels I seem to grab the most when I go out fishing off the Texas coast, when I'm hunting down redfish, flounder, speckled trout in the brackish, salty inshore fishing water on my kayak. Now, there are a couple other reels that are honorable mention, and these reels are more focused to the type of people that may not really want to jump into BFS yet, kind of on the verge, that gray area. Perhaps you're not too comfortable throwing light lures, so you kind of want to stick with something more conventional. Before we get into the heart of the video, guys, if you don't know what BFS is, you're new to the channel, basically let me just tell you what it's all about real fast. BFS is bait finesse system. It's a type of culture, fishing culture that started in Japan way back in the days when the Japanese anglers figured to catch these prized game fish in highly pressurized water, they had them microsized into small little lures. I'm talking about 1/16 ounce. Now fast forward to today, BFS is actually taking the world by storm because a lot of anglers, myself included, have found out microsizing my lure actually gives me a better advantage to catching game fish, the big game fish, especially here off the Texas coast in Galveston where it's highly pressurized. And if you want to learn more about BFS, here's a link right here to one of my videos I've done in the past. Check it out, familiarize yourself with it because it's a fishing culture that's here to stay and it's only going to get bigger here in the United States. The first reel I want to show you guys that I highly recommend and I use a lot on my channel is the Shimano Curado BFS. And this is a significant reel because this is the first Shimano BFS reel that's offered here stateside, and I honestly think this is kind of a trial and error type reel, meaning that the Japanese want to test the BFS market here in America, so they're going to send us something that's, I hate to say watered down, but I don't know how else to put it. I mean, it's a great reel, don't get me wrong. It has great features, has that drag clicker that's very trendy in today's market. Everyone wants a drag clicker. It has a shallow spool, a 32mm spool, but the spool is not lightweight. In order to throw really small BFS lures, I'm talking about 1/16 ounce and lower, you need a spool that's going to be shallow and you need a spool that's going to be light. It is shallow, 32mm, but unfortunately it's not light. Let's go over some of the specs. Once again, you have a 32mm spool. The weight of this is going to be the heaviest BFS reel in the lineup that I'm going to show you today. Is 6.2 ounces, which kind of puts it on par with a lot of conventional low profile bait casting reels, so it's not something to really brag about, to be honest. It has 7+1 ball bearings, max drag is 8 pounds, it is saltwater ready, and once again, it's a tank, man. It's a Curado. That's what the Curado is. It's a workhorse. Honestly, I can't throw pretty much anything smaller than a 1/8 ounce with this reel. I still love it. I still catch a lot of big fish with it. To me, this is almost a versatile BFS. Yeah, this is a great reel, especially for someone that's kind of looking into getting into the market for the very first time. And once again, I think that's what Shimano designed the Curado BFS for us Americans here on stateside. Now, this reel I've been really enjoying for the past 3 years, and that's the Daiwa Alphas Air TW. And this right here is a true BFS reel. This has been a workhorse, a very pleasurable reel to fish with in my channel. I've caught so many big redfish with this Daiwa Alphas Air TW, and I've never had no issue with it. I mean, it's a great reel. It's small profile. The spool is highly technological for its time. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles of the brand new Daiwa models, like the hyperdrive system. It doesn't have any of that. Just as is, this is a great reel. Once again, if you're looking to get into BFS fishing, a lot of you guys have actually sent me messages through DMs, email. I've recommended this reel many times over, and as you can see, I still use it in my lineup. It's just that good. I mean, it's able to throw 1/8 ounce. You can even go 1/16 ounce. A lot of YouTubers out there have tested the Alphas Air TWPE and shown that this has handled, small little lures like the 1/16 ounce. And unfortunately, it doesn't come with a drag clicker. I don't know. I don't care. Honestly, it just dang works, man. I've caught so many big fish. Once again, I fish in the nastiest brackish, is that even a word? Brackish, saltwater, freshwater, marsh water that you can get here off the Texas coast. And I've caught a lot of big fish once again. But yeah, I highly recommend this. Some of these specs that I want to share with you guys, it has a 28mm spool, but this spool is pretty lightweight for what you're getting at the price point. That's why you're able to throw small little lures. The weight of the entire package is 5.6 ounces. You have 6+1 ball bearings. It is saltwater ready. Aluminum frame too, so 5.6 ounces with aluminum frame. It's actually pretty impressive in my opinion. Max drag, you have 7.71 pounds. So smooth. I've never ever taken it in for service. I mean, it is getting a little bit noisy, but you know, once again, 3 years of use. I mean, what can you expect? I mean, look at it. I mean, it has some character on it, has some battle scars. I love this freaking reel, and I'm never going to get rid of it, honestly. I'm going to keep this, and because I mean, like I said, I've caught so many fish, and I've actually included this model in both of my BFS battles. If you ever want to watch those videos, there's a link right here. Sticking with the Daiwa, we are going to show you the Daiwa Gekkabijin Air TW PE. PE meaning this is actually designed for braided line, and it is saltwater ready, and I've caught so many freaking big fish with it. And honestly, this model right here is probably at the moment my favorite BFS model from Daiwa. It comes with a drag clicker, and this has been a tank. I've never maintained it, meaning I've never taken it to get service, but obviously I clean it every once in a while, put some oil, and I've actually dunked this in the nasty brackish water here off the Texas coast, and it's still freaking smooth. I mean, gosh, man, this thing has been Mr. Reliable, catching a lot of big fish. Some of the specs I want to share with you guys today: it has a 28mm spool, so therefore, yes, it has the same size spool in diameter versus the Alpha's Air TW. However, as you can tell, it's actually thinner. Is that word a thinner? It's thinner compared to the, okay, let's say width. All right, the width of it is a little bit smaller compared to the Alpha's Air TW. But yeah, it's been such a great reel. Able to throw 1/8 ounce, no problem. 1/16 ounce, no sweat. 1/32 ounce. Honestly, I haven't really tried it, but I would expect it to do it anyways. The weight of this is 5.8 ounces. You have 12+1 ball bearings. Max drag is 7.71 pounds. I love this reel. It's been a tank. I'm not going to get rid of it. I love the color scheme. I love the little Japanese writing on it. I mean, this thing has been such a pleasure to fish with. And the fourth BFS reel I want to show you today is an offering from Shimano that just recently came out, and that's the brand new Shimano Aldebaran BFS. And oh my god, this right here is a freaking bad reel, meaning good. It's a bad ASS reel to fish with and have in your lineup. I mean, I've caught so many big redfish, speckled trout, and flounder using this, and I would say this at the moment versus all my BFS reels that I own is probably my favorite. You have a 29mm shallow spool that's actually lightweight, and you're able to throw really small micro-sized lures. I'm talking about 1/32 ounce, no problem. 1/8 ounce, it doesn't even sweat. 1/16 ounce, yeah, all day long. But if you start going up in lure size, meaning you're starting to throw like a 1/4 ounce lure, you might find it a little bit difficult because these reels are not really designed to throw the heavier lures, and a lot of people that are really not into BFS might say, wait, 1/4 ounce is heavy? That's super lightweight. But yeah, in the BFS reel, 1/4 ounce is actually heavy. So anyways, specs for the Shimano Aldebaran BFS, once again, 29mm spool. The weight of it is the lightest in the whole entire lineup right here. It's 4.58 ounces. You have 10+1 ball bearings. Max drag is 7.71 pounds. Comes with a drag clicker. As you guys can hear, I absolutely love this freaking model. I love the color scheme. I love the size, ergonomics. I mean, this, in my opinion, is Shimano's best BFS reel that they offer in a lineup. For me personally, on the channel, with the type of fishing I like to do, throwing small little micro lures like bugs fishing lures, I love using the Aldebaran BFS, man. It's been such a pleasure, and I highly recommend this. And yeah, this is going to be in my lineup for a long time. It's just that dang good. As I stated earlier in the intro, perhaps some of you guys are kind of wary about starting BFS fishing. You don't really want to get into it. because you're just not comfortable throwing light lures. You've never done that your whole life. So let me show you a couple of honorable mentions, and here's the first one. This right here is the Shimano Metanium Shallow Edition, and oh my god, this is probably the most versatile reel I own. I mean, it is that good. I'm able to throw 1/8 ounce lures just like the Curado BFS, but 1/16 ounce probably a no-go. The spool itself, it's shallow compared to a conventional low, bait casting reel, but it's not light enough. This is a beautiful reel. You have a 34mm spool. The weight of it is 5.8 ounces. You have 10+1 ball bearings. Shimano Metanium. It just came out less than a year ago. Max drag 11 pounds. But yeah, I love this reel. I highly recommend it. And the last honorable mention I want to show you guys is the Daiwa Alphas SV TW800S, which actually came out recently, and it's been such a pleasure to fish with. Once again, a very, very versatile reel. If you're looking for something that you can fish with and you're not really gung-ho about BFS, but you want to throw light lures and your heavy conventional bait casting reel is not doing the job, look into these two models, the Shimano Metanium Shallow Edition and the Daiwa Alphas SVTW800S, which is a freaking long word of a name. Anyways, 32mm spool, 6.17 ounces, 7+1 ball bearings. I love this reel. I don't think I'm going to get rid of it. It's always going to be in my lineup. It's a really versatile reel from Daiwa. Now, if you're getting to the world of BFS, you need a BFS rod. And right here, the Suppressor by Old 18 is the BFS rod I 100% recommend. It's made here in the USA. I've owned several of these models, and I have majority of these BFS reels paired up with this BFS rod. High quality blank, 12+ titanium guides. I mean, this is what you call a high-end, very capable BFS rod that's able to pull in 10 pounds, 12, 13 pound redfish that fight like crazy with BFS stuff. I mean, it's so much fun to fish, man. I highly recommend it. I have a discount code in the description box below. If you're looking to get one, I highly recommend it. I only use Old 18 on my channel because it's that dang good. Also, if you're looking to fish BFS, you need the correct line. Otherwise, you have the good rod, you have the reels, but if you have a thick line on them, it's not going to work. And I highly recommend Varivas. I've been using them for many years now. I love the 1.2 gauge to be used with BFS. Majority of all these BFS have the 1.2. I think that's the perfect sweet spot. A lot of guys like to go 0.8. Honestly, in my opinion, that can get too thin and doesn't really hold up well with oysters along my Texas coast, how I love to fish, but it might be different with you guys that are up north and freshwater fish a lot. I also like to use fluorocarbon leader, 12 pounds. I've found is the perfect sweet spot, and Varivas, once again, it has great fluorocarbon leader I like to use. So yeah, if you're looking for a discount on Varivas, I have a discount code in the description box below. Check it out. So what do you guys think? I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions about BFS. Is this something that you've gone into? Is there a reel? Because I know my 4+2 reels are not going to cover the entire market. This is exactly the reels I personally love to use on a channel that's been good to me, that's caught me a lot of big fish, and I highly recommend. But yeah, there are a bunch of reels out in the market, and perhaps maybe it's not on the list that I showed you today. So let people know in the comments below and let them know the type of reel you like to use and the success. I would love to hear myself. But anyways, guys, thank you so much. I hope this helps. I hope you get into BFS fishing because, once again, it's here to stay. I love it. I'm going to constantly be using it until the day I die, and I think you should try it on your own. But thank you so much, guys. I love every single one of you, and we'll catch you on the next one.